back to the Death Head Dice 2012 Spring Friendly BatRep Tournament Series. We're on to Part 4 of Round 2, Game 1, Orks versus Tyranids. Into Tyranids turn 4. Surprisingly enough, we're starting with Spore Mine movement. You know, you just can't get enough of randomizing or random D6 movements. I wanted one of them to go off the table, but they never did. So, doing a leadership on the Gene Stealers, and they're good. Doing the run move for the Hormagaunts. I think at this point Phil's just trying to prevent them from being a kill point for Spencer. The Warriors are moving up towards the Deffkoptas, and the Termagants are moving back behind cover. So starting on the shooting phase, the Warriors are firing the Barbed Strangler. It hits. He gets 4 hits, 1 wound, and no saves. So he takes, it basically kills off a bike. He fails his leadership again, or the pinning test again, so he's still pinned. Now the Death Spitters fire. They get 9 shots, 5 of those hit, only 1 of them wound, but Spencer fails that save. So one of the other bikes now has Deffkoptas has a wound against it. Into assault, the Gene Stealers are going to assault that same group of boys. Now Gazgul's going to call his Wah, just so that he gets the 2+ invulnerable. The Gene Stealers get 18 attacks, 12 of those hit, only 2 of them wound, but 1 of them is rending, and Spencer fails the 1 save, so there's 2 kills there. And now the boys retaliate. They get 11 hit attacks, 9 hits, only 2 of them wound though, and Phil makes 1 of those saves, and then Gazgul attacks. He gets 5 attacks, only 1 of those hit, and that fails to wound as well. So we're on to Orks turn 4. Again, Spore Mines, we've covered it. They're so exciting to watch. It's like a ballet, a random ballet on the table. Now doing the don't press that roll. He's good. Now Spencer managed to bring the other boys up into the same mob, and I think that we forgot that they were 2 separate groups at that point. So, but into shooting phase. The boom gun fires. It scatters 6 inches, but still manages to clip 3 of the Termagants. Only managed to get 1 wound though, and they don't get a save. Now the Ludas are going to fire at the Termagants as well. They only get 1 shot each, and only 6 of them were actually able to see them. So there was 6 shots, 4 hits, 3 wounds. And because we're giving a cover save, he managed to make 1 save, but 2 of those do go. Now back into assault, the Gene Stealers are attacking with 10 attacks, 9 of those hit, 4 wounds, of which 2 are rending. And so Spencer makes the rolls to see if he can save it, and managed to make 1 of those saves, because those are the hard boys. Now the boys, he grouped the 2 together, and we realized we shouldn't have done that. So you got 20 attacks, 7 of those hit, only 2 of them wounded. But Phil manages to fail both those saves, so both the 2 more Gene Stealers were gone. And then Gazgul does his attack, 5 attacks, of which, again, only 1 hit. Now he does get a wound with that, and it's Power Claw, and so he takes it out. So that brings us to the end of turn 4. So we're seeing fewer and fewer bodies over on that one side, and the bikes seem to be just chilling, a little bit illin'. And the Warriors are making their way towards it, and the Termagants aren't sure which way they want to go. We've got the massive boys, which is actually 2 squads now. And we're into Tyranids turn 5. So more Spore Mine movement. I mean, I've seen Phil play these guys a couple times, and they do deter, which is what they're meant to do. So the Termagants are doing their run roll, moving towards the bikes or the Deffkoptas as well. The Warriors are moving up towards them as also, firing the Barbed Strangler again. And this time it scatters 2 inches, so I managed to get 2 hits, only 1 of them wound, and Spencer fails that save, but passes the pinning test this time, thankfully. But he does wind up losing a bike to that. And then the Death Spitters fire. They get 9 shots. 7 of those hit, 3 of them wound. Spencer makes 2 of the saves, but does put a wound against another one of the bikes. And now the warriors are going to go into assault the bikes. They get 9 attacks. 7 of those hit. But Spencer managed to make the save. And now the Tyranid Prime attacks. So 4 attacks, 3 hits, 1 wound. But Spencer fails that save, so that leaves him with 1 bike. The 1 bike retaliates. He gets 2 attacks. Manages to get 1 hit and 1 wound. But he managed to save. And then he rolls his leadership and passes. Now the Gene Stealers are going to attack. They get 4 attacks, 3 hits, only 1 of those wound, and he fails that save. Now the boys retaliate. They get 18 attacks, 10 hits, only 1 wound though. It's a lot of 1s and 2s in that, and he managed to fail that save. And then Gazgul attacks with 5 attacks. Actually managed to do fairly decent time. 3 hits, 3 wounds, no saves. And now they're doing their consolidation run. They get 2 inches. So we're on to Orks turn 5. Once again, Spore Mines. Now Spencer was trying to do his hit and run on the bikes to see if he could pull out of there with it, but failed. Now he's running the boys up, trying to see if he can reach those Hormigons to get that extra kill point. Does the Gazergul's slow and purposeful run, and then manages to make him hop along. And so the Ludas are going to fire. They get 2 shots each, so they get 16 shots. 4 of those hit, 3 of those wound, and takes out 3 of the Termagants there. Now the boom gun's going to fire. It does scatter 5 inches. Managed to clip 1 of the Termagants. Gets 1 wound, and no saves available for him. And they pass their leadership. Next up, the warriors are attacking the lowly Deffkopta. So 9 attacks, 4 hits, and 2 wounds. And he managed to save 1, so there's 1 wound left on that lowly Deffkopta. Now the Prime's going to attack, and then the Prime gets 4 attacks, 3 of those hit, 2 of those wound, so she makes 1 of the saves but fails the other one, so that last Deffkopta is gone, giving Phil his first kill point of the game. So that brings us to the end of turn 5. As you can see, the warriors have taken out the Deffkoptas. The Termagants were going to assist, but no longer need to be over there. Got the Ludas in the back corner, the boys moving up, trying to see if they can take out those last 2 Hormigants. So we're on to the roll for turn 6. Spencer rolls a 1, so that brings us to an Orc victory. It was 3 kill points to 1 for Orks. And that brings us to the end of this game. Thanks for watching. Click on subscribe if you want to see more. Click on like if you liked it. As always, comment below. Let us know what you thought about it. And stay tuned for the next game. We've actually caught up to video, so hopefully Nick and I will be filming our game this weekend, and we'll see a video in about a week or so. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.